the multi-party pact. Now there's this idea that a group of 11 parties taking on the mighty ANC. And let's see what happens during the elections. Now, interestingly enough about these 11 parties, is you guys are probably the biggest, DA. IFP is there, Freedom Front, and then a lot of smaller guys who have no seats in Parliament.
New parties.
Yeah, you guys. Some of them maybe a seat in Cape Town municipality. There's one of these guys that really wants to be the youngest president that South Africa has ever had.
And he wrote a whole manifesto.
So this guy, he wants to be the youngest president South Africa has ever had. It's not very interesting because you're the youngest mayor currently. Are you ready?
Bring him.
From the United Independent Movement, it's the president, Neil de Beer.
Hi Neil, how are you?
Mr. Meyer.
Good, nice to meet you.
How are you?
Yes.
Well, Riaan,
Hallo,
hoe gaan dit? Nog jongs is altyd. Absoluut.
Yes.
Absoluut.
Hy is, I don't know if you know his story, but he's one of the most interesting people you'll meet. Net vir mense, want hulle sê, ek moet jou net bietjie agtergrond gee. So, Neil was destyds, hy haat die woord spioen. Hy haat dit. Wat is die mooi woord?
Intelligence officer. Intelligentieoffisier.
Ja. So eers vir die veiligheidspolisie, né?
Vir die security police.
Ja, eers die
veiligheidspolisie.
Veiligheidspolisie.
Ja.
Was hy agent geweest.
Ja.
Toe gaan hy oor ANC toe, MK nogal.
Umkhonto weSizwe.
Umkhonto weSizwe.
Not the new one.
No.
Not the MK part.
No.
Toe sy daar,
The real one.
toe sy daar ook 'n intelligentieoffisier. En toe gaan werk jy op 'n stadium vir Madiba, né?
Ja, ons was in sy era. I was one of the national security advisors in that term of 94. In daai tyd, daai maltyd wat ons oorgang gehad het. En die grootste ding in ons lewe, Riaan, is eendag soek hulle jou om jou te moor, en die volgende dag moet jy saam met hulle werk. And that was the greatest transition, was to understand that the flag went down and the flag went up. Die vlag het gesak, hy het opgekom en almal is gesê, julle moet maar nou maar oor die weg kom. En ek dink vandag nog, today, we're struggling with that.
Ja.
Because people just said, well, you do it, you get on. And if we really look back at 30 years, as ons 30 jaar terug, almal het foute gemaak, almal maak nog steeds foute. But it is not about the mistakes that you made in the past. It's about correcting it today. We say in Kozanomsach. So that Ukomso, more, the youngest president should be this man. Because he's got the opportunity, hy het die kans om hierdie ding te draai. And that's why we started the multi-party charter. That's why that is the chance, Riaan. Dis die kans wat ons het.
Ons vat gou vinnige breek en ons is terug by Chris Pappas en Neil de Beer. Ek kyk Laataand by Riaan en ons het gedink die veelparty handves is onlangs gesluit tussen daai 11 partye en 2 lede van daai veelparty handves is hier natuurlik van die DA, Chris Pappas, en van die United Independent Movement, die president homself, Neil de Beer is hier. Net gevinnig vir mense wat nie weet nie, jy was vir dekades in die ANC gewees. En toe besluit jy, wat is dit, 32 jaar, hoe lang was dit?
32 years.
Toe besluit jy, ek's nou klaar.
Ja.
En dan was, dit lyk fyn, dan was so rondom 3 redes.
Ja.
Wat was die hoofredes?
This is not the ANC. This is not the ANC. Die ANC van vandag is 'n groep gepakte hyenas wat besluit om 'n gazelletjie te byt elke Dinsdag. Hulle vreet, hulle chow. En dit is nie waarom ons begin het. Ek sê dit vir jou. Nelson Mandela would never in his life dream of this, but Nelson Mandela predicted this. He predicted it. Nelson Mandela het gesê, if the ANC does to you, which the apartheid government did to you, then you do to them what you did to the apartheid government. I'm just following his orders, because it's come. Number 2, dis 'n verskrikking. They took a country, no matter what the people will argue, they took a country with the most amazing infrastructure, the most unbelievable economy, and the most beautiful humans on earth, and they slaughtered it year by year. And I'm not going to stand by and see them do that. And die derde rede is plain and simple. The people of this country deserve more. They were promised the Rainbow Nation. They were promised hope. En ons is nou 30 jaar later. Informal settlements are not formal. The ANC cannot move people from poor to middle class because they subsequently don't have the bloody IQ. And if they have an IQ, the EQ cut them out. I mean, Cyril Ramaphosa, ek noem hom Soekie Cyril. Waar is hy? I mean, this is a man that took a helicopter to go fly over a place that is so deep in the kak at this moment. He had to go get an aerial view. Maar as you know, mal. So this is where we're sitting. We are sitting with people that really want to, but they really cannot. Because a communist cannot sit with a capitalist. Olie en water kan jy in 'n drom bliksem, maar hy gaan nie mee nie. We are sitting with a organization, thank you for giving us liberation.
Which is arguable. Sure. It was a mechanism.
Sure.
It was a mechanism, and that's what's happening now.
Yeah, sure.
Nou, Chris, een van julle voorwaardes vir daai pact moes gewees het. You know, this guy knows all sorts of dark secrets of the ANC. Hy ken donker geheime van die ANC. Julle moes vir hom gesê, Neil, before you join, give us the goodsies.
Ja, Neil.
Maar hy wil dit nie share nie. Ek weet nie wat verander hom.
Want die ding is, ek ken die donker gate van die DA ook. Sure. Should we go tit for tat here?
Ja, maar onthou nie, jy sê op
But
posisie.
we're on the same team yet.
Dit is selfs span.
We'll be on the same team until I notice that team is going the same route as others.
Absolutely fair enough.
And that is what the UIM does. We are not promising homes. I'm just going to sit back like a good old submarine, and I'm going to watch the battleships keep course. I will be the conscience. I will be the accountability. But I'll tell you something. Ons kan nou reguit vir mekaar sê. Ek stem nie alles met die DA saam. Hulle stem nie met my saam. I don't agree with the Freedom Front, plus, minus and equals. Ons sit elke dag met mense wat om 'n tafel sit. We are our own leaders, our own parties, our own philosophy. But one thing you must agree here today. Stalin, de Gaulle, Churchill and Roosevelt sat in one chair, in one picture, at one stage, because the common enemy was Hitler. So I'm telling the public today, Chris, this is not about philosophy. This is about numbers. Because our common enemy today is not the ANC. It is the government that happens to be the ANC.
So, kan ek 'n voorspelling waag, meneer? En ek sê, I appreciate the enthusiasm. Ek sê die ANC gaan weer wen in 2024.
Why?
Number 1, onkunde. I think the current situation in the country is that most people do not understand the parliamentary process. And what you guys are selling currently, you need to explain to people. Most people don't have the time to try to figure out what is this pact thing. They're probably going to vote for what they know. It's probably what's going to happen. Dis wat ek voorspel. Ek voorspel die ANC gaan wen, maar met 'n baie klein meerderheid.
Here's the simple version of it. Those who come together against something big are going to more likely win. That's all you need to know. There's a group of people who are coming together to win. There's another group of people who are destroying the country and creating load shedding and unemployment, and we don't want them to win. Forget about all the other noise. That's what we're trying to achieve. We'll fight about all those other things later. All the things that the confusing things. Right now, you have a group of people who are coming together with numbers. It's about the numbers to beat this thing that is breaking the country. Don't worry about the other things.
Die ANC is nie in power al vir, hoe lank is dit?
29 30 jaar.
Hulle is nie in die mag al vir amper 30 jaar, because they're stupid. So, ek sê nou vir jou, there's a few rabbits and a few hats. They are on the ground as we speak, en ek dink daar's 'n plan om vir die volgende 5 jaar nog steeds in beheer te wees van die land. And then everyone's getting out of here. I think the plan is for the next 5 years, let's see how much we can get together, and then we're out of here.
But Riaan,
Ja, gaan jy nou vir ons 'n bom
the
gooi?
ANC doesn't do politics.
Fancy
The
doesn't.
ANC does logistics. Moet ek dit weer sê? Die ANC doen nie politiek nie. Hulle doen logistiek. Now let me tell you. On voting day, Chris and Neil and Peter Groenewald and John Steenhuisen, we are going to go out there and we're going to do the political thing. We're going to stand at places. We're going to rah-rah. We're going to get them on the go. You know what the ANC does on voter day? They move 6 million people in one day. They don't care about your rah-rah. They take 1.2 billion rand and they own for that day every taxi, every bus, every truck, every train in this country for a day. They give the man a T-shirt, they give him a cap, they give him a streetwise 2, they give him a 2-liter Coke, and they put them and move them to the voter station, and 6 million people back home. Yeah. I am telling you, the westernized severe sense of politics does not work in Mzansi.
Amen.
They will not allow you to take 6-7 million people and capture them. So while this ANC, for now the 6th time, has got the money, the logistical power, and own transport, we, as the multi-party charter, are going to sit back and have to realize, and I will say that here, you must fight fire with fire. There's no way that any singular party, the DA, the UIM, the Freedom Front, the IFP, are going to get, at this moment in time, the logistical fight on the ground. If we don't decide that these people do not do politics, Chris, they do logistics. And if they can move 5 or 6 million people by not doing what you and I are doing, by standing up and telling them the truth, by telling them there's hope, they don't care. They don't care. So
Filling stadiums and
and that's what it's about. So do you know, here's the thing. They will not win this election by hook. They will win this election by truth. And I'm telling you, we, as the multi-party charter, we were born at night, not last night. We understand where they do it, where they put the ballots, where they slip the boxes, where they feed the ones they're feeding now. En Riaan, ons moet begin besluit. Is ons in die game, of gaat ons nog 5 jaar? I'm telling you, Chris, no matter how we smear it, you can paint a zebra any color you want. It's coming back black and white. This country cannot survive economically another 5 years with these pigs eating at the trough. Chris, we better change this country and we must change it now.
Al wat ek vir julle kan sê is, ek hoop julle is reg, want ek stem saam met jou. Ek dink nie ons kan nog 5 jaar oorleef.
Ja.
So al wat voor ons kan hoop is verandering en vinnig. Yes, is lekker om jou te sien.
Great.
Jy het so lekker dynamisch geword. Hy was baie rustiger des.
What happened?
Gaan nou maar
I'm desperate. I'm desperate to save a country.
Hoor hierso. Baie het verander oor die jare, maar ten goeie.
Ja, absoluut.
Chris, you do wonderful work in Umgenge. It's a weird thing because I'm between two minds, that you continue doing your great work there or that you become premier of KwaZulu-Natal. I'm between two minds. But what needs to happen will happen in your case. But that you're young, dynamic, and ready for action, that's clear. And I wish you the best.
Thank you very much for having me.
Dit was dit van ons kant af. Tot volgende week. Cheers.